Hey guys, been pretty slack, so thought I might just quickly do a bit of a quick run around, just give an update on what's flowering, fruiting, or finished at the moment. Got some much maligned chocos growing along the fence here. The Gahola Longan is set pretty good amount of fruit. The Wampy tree in behind has set a few, but it flowered quite early before it rained, so it didn't set a ridiculous amount. I was going to show my one and only Lamb Hass avocado, but we had a bit of a storm, so tragically it's not on the tree anymore. The Pinkerton still hanging on to a few. This is the biggest one there, so it's pretty cool, and it's putting out some flowers again, so hopefully we get some more. The soursop, I've picked a few, but they haven't really been right. I don't think it's been warm enough yet. This one's still got about 20 on it, but these are looking better because they're not going all brown, which is the other ones did when they were a bit smaller. They just went brown, and I tried to eat them, but they just weren't really great. So hopefully that one's starting to look like it's changing a little bit of colour. So yeah, we'll see how we go. I don't really want to have to cut these trees down because I've had them for a while. This Grimmel is all finished now, and the lychee is covered, just about to put the net over it, but it's, yeah, there's tons on there. Up here, I don't know what's gone on at the front. Some trucks stopped and decided to, I'll just pause it for a sec. Alright, so ice cream man decided to do a burn off in his truck, so that was pretty loud. But anyway, we've got the surprise avocado. It's still hanging on to 3 avos, so I'm pretty chuffed about that. Be first time I've tried them. Next is the Gyro Cinnamon. It's about 10 on here. I mean, it's only a little tree, but I'm pretty excited about that. All the Eugenias here. The Pitangatuba is putting out tons and tons of flowers, but still no fruit yet. We have a couple of mangoes on the Royal Red. There is only a few on the KP this year because we had a lot of rain when it was flowering, and that's not a good combination. This Abiu, as soon as it rains, it just gets all top heavy and falls over. It had heaps of flowers, but most of them have gone. I think it needs a buddy. Okay, in here we have the one of the other Grimmels that's pretty much full of ripe fruit at the moment. Just struggling to get through it all. The Fuyus all fell off because I trimmed back the rootstock which had taken over, and I think that might have shocked it. But saying that, it's just put out a heap of new growth on the proper grafted bit, so that's good. Oh, also we've got all the Grimmy Charmers are fruiting. This is one here. There's one underneath the soursop in here. See, there's one's there. The other one over here is completely covered in fruit. Just crazy amounts of fruit on these. That's the great thing about Grimmy Charmers. If you get a lot of rain, they're prolific bearers. Kwai Muck has just had male flowers again. This other soursop has got some that are starting to get to be a decent size, and they're looking better too. They're not going brown. So you can see some of these just tend to, like that looks, but they actually go brown while they're on the tree. So not sure if it's a temperature thing or. So keep moving. This was meant to be an orange Grammy Charmer as well, so we'll see. This one's never fruited before, so I'll see if that one turns out black like my other one. Still going with the yellow jaboticabas. Just sent 100 or so to a guy up north to swap for some plants, so that's pretty awesome. Jackfruits are starting to appear now, so it won't be long and there'll be jackfruits all over that. No, cinnamon's looking pretty good. It's just starting to fade. It was really red a week ago. Black Sapotes all finished now. Ate the last one the other day. The Bakapuri had a couple of flowers, but they fell off again. So we've got Goldfinger there. Nice bunch of Goldfinger. Another Grimmel that's got a fair bit of fruit on it. And that's looking ripe as well, so have to get stuck into that. Yeah, so the Black Sapote is finished and just starting to flower again. So, some more. The coffee's all done and that's actually starting to flower again. This Grimmel here only held on to a few fruit, which I've eaten most of them. No, I think it's pretty much fully cleaned out. This one in here's got a few, this one's got a few left. The ice cream bean has grown heaps and is covered in flowers. And this year, for the first time, one of the Sabras flowered. So there's I only had a handful of fruit on here. There's another one in here. I've eaten a couple, but yeah, they're okay. I still prefer the Grimmels, but yeah, alright. Canistals just starting to push out little buds for flowers. I've got to plant out my KJ's Pink custard apple. Had a couple of flowers on that. The Brazilian guava's got heaps of flowers. What else is going on? Okay, got a Nabal and a Linda avocado I got from Ross Creek Tropicals. I got a Celeste fig of Daniel from Practical Primate, and I've got Black Mission here as well from Krista from one of my local food groups. And she also gave me this large native called Orange Berry, which is pretty good. I'm not really into a lot of the bush tucker, but this one's quite nice. And the Dwarf June Plum or Umbrellas still got heaps, like always. Had a couple of things right from Dailies. Eugenia Rapenda and a Pluot Plum Blackadder. This here is a Noble Muscadine, black one, from Brian. He airlaid it for me. And today I received in the mail some pink and green Katsura seeds. I don't really know anything about them, so I'll have to look up how to plant them. I'm eating some, and here comes the rain, some bayberries, we call them in Australia, but the rest of the world calls them yang mai. They're really nice, sort of like a mulberry strawberry with a hint of cinnamon or a slight herbal taste maybe. Juicy. They have a little seed in the middle, which I'm saving obviously. I've got some other seeds here in peat moss to send to somebody. These are from a seedling apricot that my mate Brian has out a little bit west of here, but he got heaps of apricots off it, which is strange because they usually require a lot more chill. So I'm going to try a couple of them. I've been loving my stone fruit this year. Alright, I'll push on. The Pisang Ceylon, or apple bananas. We've got two nice big bunches here. Suriname cherries. We can get picking a few. There's a few of them. And the only other thing down here, I'm going to scare my little ducks, is this other Grimmy Charmer. This is my oldest one. This has got plenty on it as well. So this tree is like over 3 meters now. The Pisang Mass sugar bananas, I've got two bunches out there, and then the lemon and lime. I've frozen so much lime juice, it's ridiculous. Okay, the coconut, my big coconut gave me a scare this year because it started pushing out what looked like a dead leaf out of the centre, but I think it was just part of the leaf because it was cold for a longer period of time this winter. The rest of it seems green, so thank goodness. That would have been a weaker morning. The orange has been flowering and setting fruit. There's little mandarins on the mandarin. The miracle fruit has flowered, so won't be long and that'll be covered in berries. The lemon is still going crazy. I can hardly get through here anymore. I need to do some pruning. The peanut butter fruits have come back with a vengeance. That whole tree is just covered in flowers, ridiculous. And the other one behind you as well, same thing, crazy. With all the rain, we've had the Sapote, the prolific one that I have, has grown heaps, and it's got heaps of flowers, but I'm still yet to see any sign of anything getting set. What else have we got? I've got a bunch of Ladyfinger Bananas here that are getting pretty close. So this is the Florida Prince that is finished fruiting now. Delicious peach, really nice. Yellow flesh, just amazing. This is a Dwarf Gold Plum, which I missed this one up here, and as you can see, there was a fruit fly on there, so that one's gone. I've netted a couple. This one down here, it's starting to get a little bit of colour on it. Okay, rose apple is looking really healthy. Hopefully get flowers soon, along with the Ross and Bruno Sapote. This was the peach cot. We had only about 15 fruit this year, but they were pretty good. A little bit washed out, but because we've had so much rain, I think that's what's happened this year. Pomegranates, I bagged some of them. I've got to bag more. Figs, we picked a handful of, we've had 4 or 5 Condria figs. There's some more on there, and then I've got all the other figs here in bags. Looking good. The black Brazilian cherry. We've eaten some. I don't know if it's flowered again. I haven't been able to keep track. I don't think so. Okay, what else we've got? The other citrus, the blood orange. This is the Tangelo. It's got fruit. Lemonade. The cherry of the Rio Grande. We only had a few fruit, maybe 10 or 15 out of the hundreds of flowers. So I've still got here, we've got the Sunbob Nectarine. They are absolutely delicious, and there's a fair few in there. This is another another peach in here. I think it was a Tropic Beauty, yellow peach. Not bad. Not as nice as the Florida Prince. This one is a white opal, which we've finished them. The tree grew right up, and there was a branch here that hung right down, which has a ton of fruit on it in here. They're not ripe yet. And this was the Florida Gold, which I bought by accident, but it did set some fruit. It needs a bit higher chill, and I have had one, and it was pretty good as well. Another yellow peach. Okay, the net house is all planted out. I've got greens, corn, tropical greens, Ethiopian kale, uruk, tomatoes in there. Quail are all good. I've got 140 something eggs in the incubator. Panama berries behind there is always covered, but we never get any. I've had some jujubes off the Lee jujube. I think I'm going to dig that out and move it somewhere a bit easier to bag the fruit. It just sort of gets neglected in there. The Adonis Muscadine grapes have really taken off this year with the rain. So they've just covered this whole pergola, and in the morning it's just deafening from all the bees, and that the whole vines are covered in flowers. And it has rained, but usually under here is a green with spent flowers and pollen. What else have we got? The Acerola has fruit up in there somewhere. It's hard to see. The lorikeets smashed this tree, and there's a heap of green fruits here and flowers. It's just continuous all summer. Nothing too exciting. I did get a little santol off William and an amber jackfruit off Griffin, and then I've planted more seeds in here. Quickly up the back here, the red mulberry's finished. Archer chairs are looking awesome, but still no flowers yet. Picked a few red papaya. The broadleaf papaya is just putting out some fruit now, and then I've got another bunch of ladyfingers here. So yeah, that's a quick wrap. Well, hopefully I'll get a chance to do a full walk around soon, but that gives everyone an idea of what's going on. So yeah, also I have a Dwarf Namoir or Dwarf Ducasse that I got from Daniel as well, from Practical Primate. But yeah, that's what's been happening. Everything's so green here. We've had just a lot more rain. It's almost like living in the tropics. It's been raining almost every couple of days, so that's really going to give everything a good push along. So everything's going to look pretty different by the end of summer, I think. Great. Thanks guys. Catch you next one.